Shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I get this lesson started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, YAHAHWASHI, Rakadash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, of whom I learned from and shalom to the hope of that, taking its truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elders, building the elect spirits of the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is YAHWAHWASHI, is your brother Adah. This is Daniel chapter 12, 12 verse 1. Time of the end. And at that time shall Micah Allah, stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of the people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Let's get the other one. I think it's in Jude. The Spirit just gave me a download on Micah Allah and YAHWAHWASHI, and based on things that YAHWAHWASHI has said. Jude, where you at? Jude. Salakia, where you at, Jude? Alright, let's go. Here we go, bro. Let's find it. I think it's in this 11. Okay, therefore a certain man crept in, and the angels which kept not the estate, even Sodom and Gomorrah, likewise also. Yeah, okay, look, yet Michael, this is the same Michael, right? This is the same high-ranking angel of war, son of the power, one of our beloved brothers in Hamashiach. He's actually one of our elder brothers, if you look at it. He's one of the Alahayim. Listen to this. I'm going to get some of this, man. This is just given to me. I love it. So Michael, right? What does it mean? Micah Allah. Who? This is one of those questions. It's a riddle. You can say it both ways. And it is both ways because of his character. Who is like the Most High? And then the question that he encompasses is he's asking you, who is like the Most High? There's an answer to this. Most people are going to say no one is like the Most High. And in many instances, you're going to be right. But there is someone who is like the Most High. And that person is YAHWAHWASHI. There's also that's also what this means. This is a dark saying, you guys. Who is like Yahweh? Who is like the Most High? YAHWAHWASHI. You want me to prove it? This is the Spirit. I just busted out in tears. What did YAHWAHWASHI say? If you've seen me, you've seen the Father, right? What does YAHWAHWASHI do when he's King Solomon? He talks about wisdom, right? He talks about wisdom in a way no one has ever been able to explain. He goes into a dance as well as to a song. If you read the Wisdom of Solomon, it'll floor you. The closeness. You can only describe someone like that when you're really close with them. A man that has a best friend that's known someone for years. Both of those guys can explain details intimately about both men's characters because of the time they put in with each other as friends. You don't just get to know somebody overnight, bro. It doesn't happen that way. You got to put in work. You got to vet, all that kind of stuff. You also got to, that person's got to be given to you as a friend from the most, everything's got to be given, you know what I mean? You can't just be friends with everybody. If you have seen me, I'm going somewhere with all of this. If you have seen me, you've seen the Father. So Micah Allah, one of the prince angels on the right-hand side, the angel of war, right? We're going to pull up that precept in Revelation. He encompasses, I'm going to say that question, his name is at least got 3 levels of understanding to it. He is like the Most High. Who is like the Most High? No one. And then, one more time, who is like the Most High? Well, there is one. And he's coming. And he was being spoken about all throughout the volume of the book. And then when we get to the book of Ezra, he's finally really being declared, my son will be revealed to those who are with him, YAHWAHWASHI. And then when YAHWAHWASHI shows up, he's saying, I am his son. I know him. He is my father. In fact, he gives us the Adawam Palau, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Yahweh, Malakwatha. He gives us the Adawam Palau. That's before YAHWAHWASHI shows up. We had never called Yahweh Abba, Nawa. We had never called him Father. We'd never said Abba when concerning Yahweh, even though he called us his firstborn son when he was speaking about the 12 tribes of Israel. And it's fitting, it's orderly, it's decently in order that it would be YAHWASHI to lead us in this type of a prayer, because he's our most beloved eldest brother. He's above us, he's our head, right? And he only teaches the holy souls, because what does he say in the Wisdom of Solomon? Wisdom enters in from age to age into holy souls, making them prophets and friends of God, or friends and prophets of God, the Most High, right? He says all these things about wisdom in a way that only the firstborn should be able to and would be able to. It would be unfitting if one of us did that. And then what does Yahweh do with YAHWASHI later? The Apostle Paul gives us the depth, right? He has been made. Who has been made? Who has been made wisdom? Who has been made? Look at this. Look what Yahweh did. Who has been made wisdom for us? It's in 1 Corinthians. All right. I'm relatively new to this understanding. Just recently, this is bomb. This is the Apostle Paul on his revelation of YAHWASHI. Okay. But of him ye are in Hamashiach YAHWASHI, who of the Most High is made unto us. Look at that. Wisdom. It's the same wisdom that King Solomon, who is YAHWASHI, was speaking about in the Wisdom of Solomon. The Most High went and turned and made YAHWASHI, perfected YAHWASHI, increased, promoted YAHWASHI into literally becoming and being wisdom. The very thing that he would pray for when he was King Solomon. Can you receive it? But of him are ye in Hamashiach YAHWASHI, who of the Most High is made unto us wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption. So now YAHWASHI is being elevated. What did he say in Wisdom of Solomon? If you love scepters and thrones, what must you do? You must love wisdom more so than scepters and thrones. He put order to rulership. Without wisdom, there is no scepter. Without wisdom, there is no throne. Let's get it. Again, I'm going to go back and forth between this and Micah Allah. Micah Allah is named. His name means, his name is a question. Who is like the Most High? No one. And then it's a declaration that Micah Allah is like the Most High because of his position. He's the highest ranking angel on the right-hand side outside of YAHWASHI. So that's a major title. And also he's worthy to sit at the right hand of YAHWASHI because there's a third part of his name. Who is like the Most High? And there is an answer. It's YAHWASHI. Can you guys see that? Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. Love her. I'm just paraphrasing it to find the chapter. Love her. If you love scepters and thrones. If you love scepters and thrones. Let me see. Scepters and thrones, you got to love her first. Because without her, there is no scepter and throne. So there's an order to this. If your delight is then in thrones and scepters, okay. Salakia, look at this, man. This is King Solomon. This is Ban Malak Dawadah. This is the son of David, literally. The one that Yahweh told the prophet Nathan, this one will be my son, and I will be his father. And if he sins, I will chastise him with the stripes of men, but my mercy will not depart from him. I will not take my mercy away from him like I took it from Saul. He completely qualifies and he authenticates the uniqueness of this. King David had many sons, you guys. None of them were called the son of Yahweh. This is why the prophet Nathan nicknames King Solomon Jedediah. What does it mean? Beloved of Yahweh? We're all beloved of Yahweh, right? This name is specific to King Solomon. Why? Because King Solomon is YAHWASHI, but you have to understand the truth of reincarnation, which the West and Renaissance Western Christianity and Esau doesn't understand, and the portion of Esau that does understand it, they keep that information to themselves, and that's the Lucifer. That's the top 1% banking families. They understand that's the truth, but they don't want the lower levels to know that. They don't want us to know it. They've kept a lot of information on the left-hand side that's actually on the right-hand side. So that's how, because that's how they rule. So look at Wisdom of Solomon 6:21. If your delight is then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people. Who are these kings of the people? That's the elect, man. He's speaking to the elect spirits. He's speaking to Hebrew Israelite men. Why? Because YAHWAHWASHI is the prince of the kings of the earth, and he's also the king of kings. He's the prince of all the kings and every rulership, but he's also the king of kings. What's that mean? He's the head of the 144,000, because the 144,000 are chosen are also kings. Can you see that? O ye kings of people, honor wisdom. Look what the elder brother's doing. He's telling his little ones. We are his hopeful little ones, you guys. Honor wisdom. Well, what's wisdom? That's the spirit of the Father, spoken of in dark speech as a woman, likened unto a beautiful woman, just like the daughters of Zion, which are the men, is likened unto a beautiful woman, just like Israel is called the mother of us all. It's poetic speech. O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. As for wisdom, what she is and how she came up, I will tell you, look, and will not hide mysteries from you, but will seek her out from the beginning of her nativity and bring the knowledge of her into light, and will not pass over the truth. I believe that this was the Spirit of the Father taking over a little bit more, now switching up, talking about this. He's gonna speak about YAHWAHWASHI as being wisdom. That's the best way I can describe this particular line, because the Most High doesn't have a nativity. I believe nativity goes into your birth, but YAHWAHWASHI does have a birth because he is the firstborn of creation. Okay, so I believe that right here, this is a dark saying within a dark saying. YAHWAHWASHI, as King Solomon, is just gloriously expressing the wisdom of his Father the best that he can, which is the only way that he can, better than any of us could, because he's the eldest, he's the firstborn. And then the Spirit of the Father coming through even that, saying, I'm going to talk to you guys about him. Because what did YAHWAHWASHI say? No one can come unto YAHWAHWASHI unless the Father draw him. The Father's going to draw you to YAHWAHWASHI, and then YAHWAHWASHI says what? No one can reveal the Father except for who I reveal him to. So they guard they guard each other's treasures. The Most High Yahweh, the Father, has to choose you to be close to YAHWAHWASHI, and then YAHWAHWASHI has to reveal the Father to you. It's pretty cool. Again, so you see this, right? I'm laying a lot of foundation. Neither will I go with consuming envy, for such a man shall have no fellowship with wisdom. Okay, so we see a lot about YAHWAHWASHI. Let's go back to Michael. Who is like the Most High. Remember that? So YAHWAHWASHI has been made like the Most High. Now, of course, there's order. We're not saying, you got to hear what I'm saying, decently in order. We're not saying that YAHWAHWASHI is the Most High. The word like is what qualifies all this. And right here we see the likeness. Why? Because but of him are ye in Hamashiach, who the Most High is made unto wisdom. So Yahweh B'Hashem, YAHWAHWASHI made YAHWAHWASHI wisdom. He glorified him and he increased him. Remember when YAHWAHWASHI was speaking about the fox, the Idumean King Herod? Tell that fox, right? What does he say? Look, what does he say? YAHWAHWASHI said, and he said unto them, go ye and tell that fox, behold, I cast out devils, and I do cures, today and tomorrow, and the third day I shall be perfected. YAHWAHWASHI was already really good when he was in this portion, when he was in this lot, when he was walking, he was already badass. He was already amazing. He was without sin. He had to go to the cross, but he was already good. And yet, in this state, he's saying, I'm going to be perfected. There's more. I'm going to get more. I'm going to become more. Remember the prophecy, I will return and not see thee as a man. He's coming back bigger, bro. So that's what this is saying. So Micah Allah has a question. He is a living question. Micah Allah, let's get it. Who is like the Most High? Okay, Jude 1. Yet Michael, the archangel. Now look at this. Now, yet Michael, the archangel, when contending with the devil, talking about Satan, he disputed about the body of Moses. Durst not bring against him a railing accusation, but said, "The Lord rebuke you." Now think about this. What does Michael Allah? What is Michael? What does Michael's name mean? He's the highest ranking angel of war on the right hand side. He's not a weak man. This dude is terrorizing, bro. Michael Allah is scary. Okay, they're all scary. Gabriel, Gabriel Allah, he's scary. And when I mean scary, I mean, bro, that's power. These are powers. They're the Elohim, dude. You're not. If you see one of these men, if you're not able, if they don't make you stand, if they don't equip you with the ability to look at them, you would lose your fucking mind. I really mean that. Your humanity would not be able to process the height, the greatness, the fierceness of what and who they are. You would piss. Your bowels would go. You would have a heart attack, man. You would freak out. Okay, this is not a small person. Yet Michael, who is like the Most High. Remember all the three levels. Who is like the Most High? Knowing who is like the Most High, because his name is Michael. That's what he's in that position. Who is like the Most High? There's one coming that is. That's YAHAHWASHI. The whole glory of the book, the whole fullness of the book is about YAHAHWASHI, who is like the Most High. This person is rebuking Satan when fighting over the body of Moses. Yahweh rebuke you, or when YAHAHWASHI comes in his fullness, he's going to rebuke you. Do you see the position that Michael's taking here in this courtroom type argument with Satan concerning the body of Moses, which many people believe, it sounds right that Satan wanted to use the body of Moses to make it to become an idol. Because the way Moses dies is what the Most High tells him: climb up into the mountain, I'm going to bury you, right? And then and rest with your fathers. He didn't have a normal burial like the other Israelites. He went up into the mountain by himself, and the scriptures say that the Most High buried him. Well, I mean, Satan, I think a council was taking place, and he was requesting for the body to probably get dug up, probably by another nation of people, or some Israelites, and then what would have happened? He would have become an idol. That's the guessing. Whether that is, but what we see here in verse 9, we see this is a courtroom. They're going back and forth in the high places. I believe this is taking place in the same place when Yahweh said, "Who shall go for us that King Ahab may fall?" And then when Daniel was being visited by the watchers, and they said, "This is the decree of the watchers, that the living may know that the Most High rules in the kingdom of men." That there's a courtroom, there's a place on the chariot in the throne room of Yahweh where all right-handed, left-handed angels, they come before the Most High. He asks questions and they give answers, and then they also present things because they're the powers. They understand the managements and the goings forth of all the kings and all on every aspect of the earth. They got it covered. Both right hand and left hand does, and they're constantly going back and forth. I think that's in Daniel 9 or Daniel 7:5, where you see the Most High sitting on his throne, and the wheels of fire are around his throne. Those are the chariots. Those are the UFOs. They're constantly traveling in and out from that dimension into this dimension, leading everything down the path of prophecy. It's amazing when you start getting understanding. Okay, I believe that verse 9 in Jude is one of those courtroom events where Satan is requesting on a legalistic, he's presenting something concerning the body of Moses, and Michael's saying no. He's rejecting it. He's like, no. I think that's what this is. This isn't a physical battle. They're not wrestling each other. They're presenting a case before Yahweh, and then Michael Allah, whose name means who is like the Most High, who is like the Most High, who is like the Most High. The Lord rebuke you, meaning Yahweh is coming. He's going to rebuke you. And evidently Satan did not get the request or he did not get the body because Moses stayed buried. So, but I'm showing you Michael's name. So look, let's go to Revelation. I think it's 12. Let me see. So look, and the angel Michael. Okay, so look. So there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought right against, and we understand that 2nd Ezra 13 says YAHWAHWASHI is coming. But look what this is. Michael is at the right hand of YAHWAHWASHI. And YAHWAHWASHI has been made wisdom. So he's exalted. And yes, he's coming. But I'm starting to see now, wait a minute. So is Michael Allah. And because Michael Allah is at the right hand of YAHWAHWASHI, YAHWAHWASHI is going to speak. And the breath and the vapors and the smoke, the two-edged sword that comes out of YAHWAHWASHI's mouth is going to then be expressed through Micah Allah, who is like the Most High, because he's the right-handed extension of YAHWAHWASHI, if that makes any sense. Like YAHWAHWASHI is the right-handed extension of Yahweh. It goes up in rank. Okay? And I'm starting to see more. I'm like, oh, snap. Now look, I'm not saying YAHWAHWASHI is not going to do anything, guys, but I'm starting to see more of the involvement of Michael. Now let me pull a story and I'll be done. There is a story in the Old Testament when King Solomon first gets on his throne. Let me find it. Let me see. Hold on. Let me do it this way to be quicker. King Solomon. Let me see. Gets the throne. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing it. Then I will establish the throne of. Let me see. Let's try this. Hold up. So 2 Kings 2. Let's just try that. Being it. Let me go to 2 Kings. Elijah taken to heaven. Okay, so that's way off. Hold on. Let's go to the Venezuela. Let's see. Hold on. Oh. So that was 1 Kings then. Okay, it is 1 Kings. All right, so let me find it now. You see I'm looking. Okay, then King David is giving instruction to King Solomon. King Solomon's like a teenager when he takes the throne, you guys, okay? So let me see, but no, I want to find something. So David passes, and now Solomon establishes rule, and Adonijah, the son of Haggith, came to Bathsheba, the mother of Solomon, and she said, "Comest thou peaceably?" And he said, "Peaceably." So he said, "Moreover, I have somewhat to say unto thee." And he said, "Sion," and he has asked for this chick. And he said, "Thou knowest that the kingdom was mine." So Adonijah tried to take the kingdom when he knew it was supposed to be Solomon's. And that's one of his brothers. He's one of David's sons. So he was out of order. There's this big, beautiful drama of Bathsheba and another one of the Nathan. They're all coming for David to make sure that King Solomon gets the throne, which is a type and shadow of us praying for the rulership of YAHWAHWASHI to come back today. It's awesome. Now, King Solomon has been established on the throne, right? He's been put on the mule of David. That's a type and shadow of the chariot that YAHWAHWASHI comes back on. He's been authenticated. He's the one that ruled. So now this crazy brother is asking for the beautiful Shulamite, or I can't remember. She's like an Issacharite girl that King David had in his path in his old age, but they didn't know each other because David was too old. So he makes this request, the Shunammite. So and he said, "Speak." So she approaches Solomon, his mom, and now ask one petition of thee, deny me not. And she said unto him, and he said, "Speak, I pray thee, unto Solomon the king, for he will not say thee nay." Then gave he Abishag that he give me Abishag the Shunammite to wife. And Bathsheba said, "Well, I speak for thee unto the king." So Bathsheba therefore went unto the king Solomon to speak unto him. for Adonijah. And the king rose up to meet her and bowed himself unto her and sat down on his throne and caused a seat to be set for the king's mother, and she sat on the right hand. So that's also twofold. That's his mom physically, but also what is wisdom called? Our kinswoman, right? Our mother, our sister, understanding. And so you know that he's been endowed with wisdom above anybody else. So he made a throne, or he put a position, a seat. He made a place for wisdom to be next to him at the rulership. Can you see that? Because that's the truth. That's YAHWASHI. That's how YAHWASHI has always been. Anyways, then she said, I desire one small petition of thee. And I apologize that I'm laying foundation. I pray thee, say me not nay. And the king said unto her, ask on, my mother, for I will not say no to thee. And she said, let Abishag the Shunammite be given to Adonijah, therefore thy brother to wife. And King Solomon answered and said unto his mother, and why dost thou ask Abishag the Shunammite for Adonijah? Ask for him the kingdom also, for he is my elder brother, even for him, and for Abiathar the priest, and for Joab the son of Zeruiah. Then King Solomon sware by Yahweh, saying, do God do to me, and more also, if Adonijah have not spoken this word against his own life. Now therefore, as Yahweh liveth, which hath established me, and set me on the throne of David my father, and who hath made me an house, as he promised, Adonijah shall be put to death this day. And King Solomon sent by the hand of Benaiah. This is what I want. Benaiah and King Solomon are a type and shadow of YAHWASHI and Ma'aka'Allah. Watch. Let's pull this up. Because King Solomon sends Benaiah to kill a few people in the beginning of his rulership because they were fucking out of order. So King Solomon himself didn't do it, but Benaiah did. Look what Benaiah means. Benaiah, the hand of Benaiah. And Benaiah was the right hand of Solomon. Look at this. You see the numbers. Benaiah means what? Yahweh has built, or Yahweh has built up. So at the right hand of King Solomon, who is the son of David, who is YAHWASHI in the reincarnation, at his right hand he has a man of war named Benaiah. And I still don't know how to say it in Hebrew, but the name of Benaiah means Yahweh has built, or Yahweh has built. Just like Ma'aka'Allah at the right hand of YAHWASHI says or means, who is like the Most High. And when YAHWASHI is standing next to Ma'aka'Allah, you see the answer. Does that make sense? That's what I said. All of this, 27 minutes to say what I'm saying. When you see Ma'aka'Allah together in the sky with YAHWASHI, you see King Solomon sitting on his throne, sending by the hand of Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, and he fell upon him that he died. And if you look at the lineage of Benaiah, he comes from like a line of priests. So his whole seed line is fire. You know what I mean? So look, let me see. One of David's mighty men, warriors, son of Jehoiada, the chief priest, the Levite, set by David over his bodyguard, later having remained faithful to Solomon during Adonijah's attempt on the crown, was raised into the place of Joab as commander-in-chief of the army. So he's a man of war, and he's decorated, and he's vetted, just like Ma'aka'Allah is vetted, bro. Just like Ma'aka'Allah is recorded saying, YAHWASHI rebuke you to Satan concerning the body of Moses many ancient times ago. So can you see? Do you see? And this is all the reestablishing of the throne of David. So I just wanted to say that. I was driving right now. I got the download. I was like, oh, let me get this on record now so I don't forget it. But Ma'aka'Allah means who is like the Most High. And the answer today is no one. And the answer today is YAHWASHI. No one's like the Most High. But YAHWASHI is like the Most High. If you can receive it. I pray that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem YAHWASHI, Bahashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, whom I learned from, is your brother Radha Solomon.